Hello all. Today we're going to review 5 flashlights that I have here, and this is going to be one of my first reviews ever, actually. So pardon my lack in experience of doing reviews, but I've decided to do some reviews just to make things simple for the user. I'm not going to go in depth with any of these. I'm only going to give you some basic information. I even don't have the boxes or anything with me, so I cannot tell you specifically all the lumens and everything like that, but I can give you some general feedback on these. So the first one I'm going to show you today is this is the Xeno E03, and it's red. They have many colors. This is a nice light. I bought one of these for a friend of mine who's a house agent. She wanted something for home use, and I also got her one of these that I'll explain later on. But this is a nice light. I got big hands, but I tell you what, it's about probably 3 inches, I'd say. I don't know if you can see that real clearly in the video. It's fairly bright. It's probably around 150, 250 lumen. Excuse me, let me put my hand through it. I don't know, I'm going to let it adjust a little bit in there, but this light is useful. It comes on medium, no matter what the previous setting was, and I think that's useful. We can cycle through. This is low, that's high, and it goes back to medium and low, and then off. Okay, and you can also just light click, and it'll cycle through all of the modes for you. I don't know how well those brightness levels are coming through on the camera, but this is a nice light. I like it, and let me tell you, there's 3 of these. Actually, I'll take these out for now. These 3 actually are going to be given to a family member who's going blind. She's around 60, and this is one of the reasons why I'm doing the review. Is I want other people who maybe have a blind family member, or not blind, but going blind, to see the difference in some of these lights. This one, the Xeno is nice. The problem that I'm going to worry about with my family member is that there's a hot spot, and you can clearly see that, I think, in the video. Even on low, there's a hot spot there, and from what I've been reading, hot spots probably aren't the best things for people who are going blind. But tomorrow, actually, she's going to be coming over, and we're gonna try to see which one's going to be better for her. So anyway, that's the Xeno. Okay, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with all of these, because this is going to be a long video if I do. This is the Zebralight. This is Zebralight SC52, and it's a cool white, I think, which is probably better for people who are going blind. This is small. This is only probably 2 inches. It's very small. This is activated on the top. This light actually is very complicated, but it can be easy if you want it to be easy. And I'm sorry that my hand is moving in and out of the video on you, but like I said, I'm new to this. I'm a little hesitant to give this to my mother-in-law, but this light also has a hot spot, but it's much better than the Xeno. This is I don't know if you can see that in the video or not, but this is on the lowest level. Okay, and I'm not going to shine that in the light for the other levels, but how this one works, this one has 3 modes: low, medium, and high. But within each mode, it has 2 or 3 more modes. So you can make it brighter or dimmer on each mode, and that makes it a little bit complicated, even for me. And I'm not even close to 60, but if somebody wants this and they just want it for a simple flashlight, then I think it'll work perfect. You don't need to really memorize any of the modes. You just have to know how to turn it on and off, which I'm still learning also. But this is, I think, on the brightest level, and then if I hold it, it'll cycle through 3 levels. The lowest is really low. I mean, there's a big difference between low and medium on this one, but this low, I don't know how well you can see that. That's not a reflection. The light actually is on, and that's probably like 0.1 lumen. That would last you about 200 hours, if I remember. The brightest level on this is probably around 150, 200 lumen, similar to the Xeno, I think. It's a nice light, but it just depends on what you're going to use it for. Now, I like this one. This is a Spark SG5. It's one of the newer lights. This is actually a headlamp. This is the thing that you get with it, and the light goes in here. And the reason I like this, and especially for those people who might be have difficulty seeing or who are blind, this doesn't have a hotspot. Do you see that in the video? It's quite floody, and it's bright enough. And I believe that it comes on. Let's see if I remember correctly. If that comes on, I think it comes on high every time. But you can cycle through these. I'll cycle through these for you. You can see it's low, medium, high. Okay, and I hope the camera is able to pick that up. But this does not have a hot spot. At least if it does, it's very minimal. And the thing I like about it is the switch is on top. Okay, which I think for most headlamps probably will be like that. So when you put it in here, and I'm not actually going to do it because tomorrow I need to demo it for my family member, is that when they, when you're cooking or something, you can just go up and turn it on, and it's bright enough for a multitude of purposes. I don't know. I think that this light is probably the light that my family member is going to prefer, just simply because it's more floody. It can tail stand. This is a rubber material here, so it doesn't stand up very well, but it can. All of them, I believe, can tail stand. Those two can, and these other ones that I have here that I'll go into later also can. But I think the Spark, for those people, elderly and whatnot, I think that this is a good light if you can get them used to wearing a thing on their head, but they don't have to. It can be held quite easily, just with your hand. Okay, and maybe you can see that in the video. It's quite bright. I think that it's a good light. We're on 7 minutes already, so I'll do this one last. This is a Romisen RC29, and I picked this up late last year, and I actually bought it to play with my cat, because it has a zoom about 8x, and we'll start with the zoom on it. That's pretty solid there. The middle of it, and you probably can't see it, is kind of a square. It's actually the LED shape, but that's pretty focused. I use it to play with my cat. I didn't really like lasers very much, and she runs around with it. But the thing about this light is that it does zoom. So I'm going to zoom out here for you and let you see that this light actually also could be used for somebody who's going blind. It's very floody on the very out, on the very, I think it's 1x. You can kind of get a feel for the farther you go back, the more floody it gets. And I think that this light could potentially also be a good candidate. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that I have two of these, and one of them is a little bit, it's got a hot spot on it. This one doesn't. Maybe I got lucky, but I feel that this light is good. It only has one mode, on and off. That's it. There's no special features, there's no dimness levels, there's nothing on it for somebody elderly. This could be a good choice. I can't tell you what LEDs in. I'm sorry, I'm like I said, this is my first review ever, and I'm just kind of running through this stuff. I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes. Okay, and the last one I'm going to show you is the Jetbeam, and this is the RRT01. I use this one as my everyday carry. And the reason is that it's bright. This is 200 some lumens, and this can be used as a retina scorcher if you needed to. And it's just, it's a good light. You can adjust, and I'll throw that into the camera a little bit. You can see that it can go from dim to extremely bright. The on-off here is a little bit loose. This one's tighter. I gave another one of these to my friend use as a retina scorcher, because she has clients at night and she's a little bit worried that she might have problems. And where we live, we can't have guns or anything like that, so this is a great alternative, and I use this as my everyday carry, as I said. This uses a CR123 battery, CR123A. I don't use rechargeables. I don't trust myself with them. I might forget to recharge them, so I use the disposable ones. I feel that they're safer. The rest of these four here all use AA batteries. So for those of you who don't like the lithium type batteries, all four of these lights here use AA batteries. I just started using end loops, which I think are great. They're rechargeable. Make sure you get the third generation. I think it's a third generation, which are 1800 charges. On 5 years, still retains 70%. So I would definitely recommend end loops for those of you who are going to be using the light, you know, a lot, or even if you're not, because as you know, alkali batteries do leak. End loops don't. I think they're, I forgot what material they are, but anyway, I'm at 11 minutes already, so I think that's it. If you have questions, specific questions about any of these 5 lights that I've got here, do send me a message, or try to contact me. I'm not sure how I'm gonna upload this video yet, but again, we have the Xeno E03. Is this red one here? This is the Zebralight SC52. This is the Spark. This is the new Spark, actually just come out, I think, August 2013. This is the SG5 from Spark. It's a headlamp. This is the Romisen RC29. Now this got a Q5 in it, by the way. It's RC29 from Romisen, and this is the Jetbeam RRT01 from Jetbeam. And I believe all of these lights, except Zebralight. Zebralight, I'm not sure where it's made. But the rest of these lights, I believe, are made in China. And China seems to have a decent reputation for making decent quality flashlights. I've been quite impressed over the last year or so with those lights that I have from them. Anyway, that's my review on these 5 lights. I do have some night core that I probably will be reviewing later on. But anyway, sorry for the length of the video. If you have any questions, just send me a message, and I'll try to let you know on YouTube how to do that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.